So why does Trump want to take over Canada? Did you know that over 70% of Canadians would vote against becoming part of the United States? Despite sharing the world's longest undefended border and countless cultural similarities, Canadians overwhelmingly reject the idea of joining their southern neighbor. In the next few minutes, we'll explore the unique benefits Canadians enjoy, the historical and cultural differences that shape their national identity, and why they're quite content to remain the friendly neighbor to the north, rather than the 51st state. But before we dive into the specific reasons, let's take a quick look at how these two North American nations developed such different paths. Canada and the United States may share a continent, but their historical journeys couldn't be more different. While Americans fought a revolution against British rule, Canada evolved peacefully toward independence, maintaining strong Commonwealth ties. This fundamental difference in origin stories has shaped two distinct national identities. The War of 1812 saw Americans attempt to invade Canada, further cementing Canadian resistance to American expansion. Even today, many Canadians point to this historical moment as evidence of why maintaining sovereignty matters. These historical differences laid the groundwork for what many Canadians consider their most treasured advantage over American society. Perhaps the most frequently cited reason Canadians prefer their country is their universal healthcare system. Unlike the largely private American system, Canada's Medicare provides coverage to all citizens regardless of income or employment status. While Canada's system isn't without challenges, including wait times for some procedures, a 2023 survey showed that 86% of Canadians would choose their healthcare system over the American model. With medical debt being the leading cause of bankruptcy in the US, many Canadians view their healthcare as a fundamental right rather than a privilege. Beyond healthcare, Canadians point to several other quality-of-life differences that make them hesitant about any merger with their southern neighbors. Canada consistently ranks higher than the US in various quality-of-life metrics. Canadians enjoy longer parental leave policies with up to 18 months of protected leave compared to just 12 weeks in the US. Safety is another significant factor. Canada's gun homicide rate is roughly 7 times lower than the United States, and violent crime overall is substantially reduced. Many Canadians cite this safety difference as a crucial reason they value their independence. It's not just about benefits and safety though, there's something less tangible but equally important at play. Canadian national identity, while sometimes defined in opposition to American culture, has its own distinct characteristics. Multiculturalism is officially embraced as national policy, with diversity seen as a strength rather than a challenge to overcome. Canada's bilingual nature, with both English and French as official languages, creates a unique cultural landscape different from the primarily English-speaking United States. This linguistic duality has fostered a distinct cultural identity, particularly in Quebec, where resistance to American cultural influence is strongest. Looking beyond cultural differences, practical governance considerations also play a major role. Canada's parliamentary system differs significantly from American governance. With multiple viable political parties rather than just two, Canadians often have more diverse political representation. The Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms, while similar in some ways to the US Constitution, places greater emphasis on collective rights alongside individual freedoms. Despite their determination to remain independent, Canadians value their relationship with the United States. The two countries share the world's largest trading partnership, with nearly $2 billion in goods and services crossing the border daily. Defense cooperation through NORAD, cultural exchanges and family ties connect these nations in countless ways. But Canadians have repeatedly shown they prefer this relationship as friendly neighbors, rather than as a single nation. So while Americans and Canadians may seem remarkably similar to outsiders, these numerous differences in healthcare, safety, culture and governance explain why the vast majority of Canadians prefer their maple leaf flag to the stars and stripes. As one Canadian political scientist put it, "We're not better, we're not worse, we're just different, and we like it that way." Consider subscribing for more interesting videos.